Hello everyone, and welcome to Leo English Story. I'm William, and I'm very happy to be with you today. In this episode, we will talk about a very important topic, your studies. Why is it important to talk about your studies in English? Because many people, like you and me, are learning English for school, work, or travel, and often, one of the first questions people ask you is, what do you study? Where do you go to school? What subjects do you like? If you want to make friends, do interviews, or speak with teachers or classmates from other countries, you need to talk about your studies with confidence. Today, I will share with you my personal experience as a student, the good moments, the difficult ones, the people who helped me, and what I learned. We will go step by step, with simple and clear English. You will learn how to describe your school life, how to talk about your favorite subjects, how to share your study habit, and how to speak about future dreams related to your studies. This episode is for A2 and B1 learners, so don't worry, I will speak slowly, clearly, and repeat some key expressions. I will also ask you questions, so you can practice speaking after the video. So get your notebook, sit back, and let's begin this journey. In this part of our episode, I'd like to tell you all about my school and educational background. These are the details you can share when someone asks, where do you study? Or what kind of school do you go to? Let's begin. My school, a nice place to learn. I go to Green Valley High School. It is in a small town near the city. Some people say it is a medium-sized school, because we have around 800 students. Our school building is old but well-maintained. There are 3 floors, and each floor has 10 classrooms. The walls are painted light yellow, and big windows let in a lot of light. Each classroom has about 30 students. We have a whiteboard, a projector, and a teacher's desk. There are also colorful posters on the walls, maps, science charts, and motivational quotes like, never stop learning. The schoolyard is big. We have 2 basketball courts, a small football field, and a garden with flowers and trees. I love this garden because it gives me peace and a place to breathe during break times. Daily routine at school. My school day starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m. We have 5 lessons before lunch and after lunch. Each lesson lasts 45 minutes. We also have a short break at 10:30 a.m. and lunch at 12:15 p.m. Without exaggeration, I enjoy most of my classes. In the morning, I have English, math, and science. After lunch, I study history, geography, and art. On Fridays, we have a special class called Life Skills, where we learn about communication, safety, or simple cooking. My teachers are kind and patient. Mrs. Kim, my English teacher, is from Canada. She always speaks slowly and clearly. When we learn new words, she uses pictures and games. Mr. Lee, my math teacher, is strict but fair. He explains problems step by step. At first, I was nervous with him because math is not my favorite subject, but after a few months, I started to understand and enjoy solving equations. Our science teacher, Ms. Park, likes to do experiments with us. We mix chemicals and see new reactions. My favorite experiment was making a volcano with baking soda and vinegar. School clothes and rules. In my country, we wear a school uniform. Boys like me wear a white shirt and navy blue pants. We also wear black shoes and sometimes a red tie, especially in class during exams. We must keep our hair clean, nails short, and no bright colors. The rules are clear, but I understand it helps everyone be equal. We also must be on time. If you are late, you get a note in your folder. If you miss 3 days without an excuse, your parents are called. I have never been late, but some classmates forget to set their alarm. Friendships and clubs. I have good friends in different grades. We help each other with homework and projects. Some friends are in the football club, and I sometimes join them after school. Others are in the art club or eco club, where they plant flowers around the school. Last year, I joined the debate club. At first, I was shy and scared to speak, but my teachers and friends supported me. Now I can speak in front of a small group. This experience taught me that school is not only about books, it is also about growing confidence. My next academic step, I am now in grade 11, which is important because next year I will apply to university. I need to choose a field of study, maybe English, business, or engineering. For this, I study hard and asked my teachers to help me. I also read extra books and watch English videos online. I understand that school is a journey. It's not only about grades, it's also about discovering what you enjoy and who you want to become. Practice tip. Now it's your turn. Think about your school. What is its name? How many students are there? What subjects do you study? Do you wear a uniform? Which teachers do you like and why? Try writing or saying 5-6 sentences in English about your own school. You can use simple words like I go to, I like, because, my teacher is, and share it with a friend or in the comments below. In part 1, I shared everything about my school, where I study, what my day looks like, and a bit about my teachers. Now let's go deeper. I want to tell you about my favorite school subjects and why I enjoy them so much. Why having a favorite subject matters. Everyone has something they enjoy doing more than others. At school, it's the same. You may like numbers, reading, creating things, or discovering how the world works. Having a favorite subject helps you feel excited to learn and gives you confidence. For me, I have two favorite subjects, English and science. Let me tell you why. Why I love English class. English is very special to me. When I first started learning it, I was very shy. I didn't want to speak because I was afraid of making mistakes, but my English teacher, Mrs. Kim, made it fun and simple. We played word games, sang songs, and watched short English videos. She helped me build my vocabulary. At first, I only knew how to say, hello, my name is William. Now I can speak full sentences like, I enjoy learning English because it helps me talk with people from other countries. In class, we often work in pairs or small groups. We ask each other questions like, what do you like to eat? What do you do after school? What is your favorite movie? These activities helped me feel more confident. I also love writing stories in English. Sometimes I write about a superhero or a mystery. Last month, I wrote a story called The Boy and the Magic Phone. It made my teacher laugh. Learning English has opened many doors. I can now watch movies in English with subtitles. I understand music lyrics, and one day, I hope to travel and speak with people in different countries. Why I enjoy science. My other favorite subject is science. It's like exploring the secrets of the world. I always ask questions like, why is the sky blue? How does the human body work? Why do leaves change color? Science helps answer those questions. In our science class, we do small experiments. Last week, we learned how to clean dirty water using sand, stones, and a bottle. It was amazing to see how clear the water became. Another time, we studied magnets, and my classmate and I built a small compass. It actually worked. Our science teacher, Ms. Park, is very kind. She always tells us to be curious and not be afraid to make mistakes. She says, science is about trying, failing, and trying again. One of the things I love most is the human body chapter. We learned how the heart pumps blood, how we breathe, and how digestion works. I started drinking more water and eating vegetables because I now understand why it's important for health. Other subjects I like. Even if English and science are my top favorites, I also enjoy other subjects. For example, art. I'm not the best artist, but I like drawing trees, mountains, and faces. It helps me relax. History. It's interesting to know how people lived in the past. We studied ancient Egypt and built small pyramids out of cardboard. Math. It's hard for me, but I still try my best. Sometimes when I get the right answer, I feel very proud. What makes a subject fun? I think a subject becomes fun when the teacher is patient and creative. You do activities, not just write in notebooks. You work with your friends. You feel that you're learning something useful. Sometimes, even a difficult subject can become fun if you understand it better. Try this at home. Now it's your turn. Think about, what is your favorite subject? Why do you like it? What activities do you do in that class? Who is your favorite teacher? Try to write 5-6 short sentences in English. Say them out loud or share them in the comments if you're using this in a video or podcast. Now, I will tell you a full day in my life as a student. We will go from morning to evening, step by step. Let's begin. Morning, wake up, eat, and go to school. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. When the alarm rings, at first, I feel sleepy, but I get out of bed quickly. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and get dressed in my school uniform. I wear a white shirt and navy blue pants. I also tie my shoes and check that my backpack is ready. At 7 a.m., I sit down for breakfast with my family. My mom usually makes eggs, toast, and milk. Sometimes, we also have fruit and porridge. We talk about our day. My mom says, have a good day at school. My dad says, be kind and work hard. After breakfast, I say goodbye and leave the house around 7:30 a.m. I walk to the bus stop. It takes 15 minutes. I meet my friends there. We talk about homework or TV shows. At 7:50 a.m., the school bus arrives and I get on. I show my pass to the driver and sit near the window. I look outside as we drive through the streets. I see shops, parks, and other students. Morning classes, active and fun. At 8 a.m., school begins. The first lesson is math. Math is hard for me, but I try my best. I write numbers carefully and listen to the teacher. Next is English class, which I enjoy. We talk about simple topics, read short texts, and do exercises in pairs. At 10:30 a.m., we have a short break. I eat a snack, maybe a banana or some biscuits, and I chat with my friends. Then, we go to science class. Our teacher does an experiment with water and oil. She explains why the two don't mix. I love watching and learning. After that, we learn geography, where we study maps and countries. I like this class because I enjoy learning about the world. The last lesson before lunch is history. We learn it about past civilizations. These classes keep me busy and help me learn different topics. Lunch time with friends. 12:15 p.m. is lunchtime. I go to the school cafeteria with my friends. I eat a packed lunch from home, rice, vegetables, and chicken. Sometimes we buy food from the school shop. We sit at a big table and eat together. We talk about jokes, homework, and our dreams. The cafeteria is noisy and fun. After lunch, we have physical education or free time in the yard. Today is soccer. I play with my friends for 30 minutes. We run, laugh, and have fun. Physical activity helps me feel fresh. Evening routine, dinner and relaxation. Dinner time is at 7 p.m. We eat together at the table. It is a simple meal, rice, vegetables, soup, and sometimes fish. We talk about our day. My mom asks about classes. My dad asks about my homework. Ethan tells us a funny story from school. After dinner, I help wash the dishes with my brother. Then, I review my notes for about 30 minutes. I check the next day's schedule and pack my bag. At 8:30 p.m., I brush my teeth, wash my face, and get ready for bed. Night, reading and rest. Before bed, I read a chapter of an English book or a short story. I like to practice reading and learn new words. Then, I write a few sentences in my study journal about my day. I turn off the light at 9:30 p.m., lie on my bed, and think about the day. I feel tired but happy. I feel ready for tomorrow. I close my eyes and fall asleep. Practice time. Now, it is your turn. Write or say. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast? What is your favorite class? What do you do after school? Try to write 6-8 sentences in English. Practice speaking slowly. Use correct words, and share your routine with someone. We've already talked about my school, favorite subjects, and a full day in my study life. Now, in this part, I want to share with you my study techniques and methods that help me learn faster and remember more. These techniques are simple and useful for any student. 1. Flashcards for vocabulary. One technique I love is using flashcards. A flashcard is a small card or paper with an English word on one side and its meaning or a picture on the other side. For example, I write apple on one side and draw a small apple or write a fruit on the other side. Every evening, I review 10 new words. I look at the word, say it out loud, and then check the meaning. This helps me remember vocabulary quickly. Flashcards are good because they are visual. You can see the word and picture at the same time. You can carry them everywhere, on the bus, in the cafeteria, or while waiting for class. 2. Speak out loud. Another useful technique is to speak out loud. After reading a short paragraph in English, I read it aloud. This practice helps me with pronunciation and fluency. For example, I read simple sentences like, "The cat is sleeping on the sofa." I speak slowly and pay attention to each word. If I make a mistake, I correct myself and try again. Speaking out loud gives me confidence to talk in class or with friends. I also record my voice sometimes. I listen to the recording and check where I can improve. It's like giving myself feedback. 3. Making summaries. When I learn a new topic in class like a science lesson or history story, write a short summary in my own words. This helps me understand and remember. For example, a volcano is a mountain with hot lava inside. When the pressure builds up, the lava comes out like a river of fire. By using my own words, I make the lesson clear in my mind. Plus, writing in English helps me practice grammar. 4. Study with friends. Learning with friends is fun. I meet with the classmates after school to study together. We help each other understand difficult parts, like English grammar or math problems. One of my friends explains things step by step. Another friend asks good questions. We also quiz each other using flashcards. Sometimes we play a game. First person to answer 5 questions wins a small prize, like a snack. Learning together makes studying less boring. 5. Using online tools. Technology helps. 2. I use a language learning app on my phone to practice English every day for 10 to 15 minutes. The app has listening exercises, quizzes, and games. I also watch short English videos online to hear real accents. If I don't understand a word, I can search for its meaning quickly, but I don't memorize too many words at once. I focus on 5 to new words per day. 6. Plan your study time. I use a simple study plan to stay organized. My plan is on paper and includes Monday, English practice, vocabulary, flashcards. Tuesday, math homework and teacher review. Wednesday, science reading and summary. Thursday, history review and speaking practice. Friday, review all the week's work. On weekends, I review everything for 1 or 2 hours, not too long. This small, consistent routine helps me learn better than studying for many hours one day and nothing the next. 7. Take breaks and rest. Studying too long without a break can be bad. After 45 minutes of work, I take a 10-minute break. I stretch, drink water, or walk in the garden. These short breaks refresh my mind and help me focus again. During breaks, I don't look at my phone or watch videos. I just breathe, relax, and then return to my books. My study tips summary. Flashcards help me remember new words. Speaking out loud improves my English fluency. Summaries help me understand concepts. Studying with friends makes learning fun. Online tools support daily practice. A study plan gives me structure. Breaks help me stay focused and calm. Practice time. Now it's your turn. Think about your own study habits. Do you use flashcards? Do you study with friends? How do you organize your time? Try writing 5-6 simple sentences describing your learning methods. For example, I study English with my friend. We use flashcards. We help each other. I take breaks every hour. We've explored my school, favorite subjects, daily routine, and study techniques. Now, in this part, I'm going to talk about something important. The challenges I faced as a student. Everyone has tough moments, and sharing them helps us learn and grow together. Feeling lost in math and science. At first, I struggled with math and science. Numbers and formulas were confusing. I remember one time, we had a big math test. I didn't study enough and I felt very nervous. I wrote wrong answers and looked at the clock with fear. When I got my grade, it was low, a 50%. I felt sad, and my first feeling was disappointment. I thought, I'm not smart enough. Science was also difficult because of chemistry. The lesson about atoms and molecules felt complex. I couldn't understand why certain elements reacted together. Sometimes I felt lost in class. I sat all day quietly, hoping nobody noticed, but inside, I felt under pressure. Pressure from parents and friends. At home, my parents wanted me to study harder. They often asked, "Why are your grades low?" I tried to explain, but I didn't know how to answer. I felt like I was disappointing them. My mother said, "I know you can do better." My father said, "Let's find a solution." Their words helped me feel less alone, but I also felt guilty. At school, my friends were doing well in tests. They got good scores in math and science. When I got a low grade, I felt embarrassed. I thought they would laugh, but surprisingly, one friend came to me and said, "It's okay. Let's study together." That moment made me feel supported. The fear of failure. Every time a test came, I felt anxious. My stomach hurt, and my heart beat fast. I was scared I would fail. Sometimes, I didn't sleep well at night before a big exam. I saw my notebook, and I thought, what if I forget everything? These feelings are normal, but they can stop you from doing your best. I also thought about the future. Would I be smart enough for university? Would I find a good job? These questions worried me. I felt like an imposter, someone who pretends to know things but doesn't. Overcoming the difficult moments. Despite the fear, I decided to face my challenges. I asked my parents to help me find a tutor. I told my teacher, I want to improve. They gave me extra support. I went to after-school tutoring for math once a week. My tutor helped me understand formulas step by step. This support gave me hope. I also studied with friends. We formed a study group for chemistry. We met every Thursday evening, explained difficult parts to each other, and practiced together. When we helped each other, study topics became easier. Most importantly, I learned to keep trying even when I failed. After each test, I looked at my mistakes, asked questions, and tried again. I celebrated small improvements, like solving a difficult problem or understanding a science concept. Small wins become big changes. After a few weeks, I started to see progress. My test grade improved from 50% to 65%, then to 75%. I felt proud and more confident, but improvement takes time. I studied every day, not too much, but steadily. I also practiced a positive mindset. I said to myself, I can do this. I imagined success. And when I began to think in English during study time, my English improved too. My parents and friends noticed the change. My mom smiled and said, I see your effort. My friend told me, you're doing great. Their support gave me strength. lessons I learned. These experiences taught me important lessons. Asking for help is not a weakness, it's brave. Small progress is still progress. Every challenge can make you stronger. Support from family and friends matters a lot. Your turn to reflect. Now, think about a challenge you had in school or life. Maybe a subject was hard, you were nervous, or you lost motivation. Ask yourself, what happened? How did you feel? What did you do to improve? What did you learn? Try writing 5-6 short sentences in English to describe your experience. Hello again, it's William, happy to share the final part of my student story. In this part, I want to talk about my dreams, plans, and how studying helps me reach them. Dreams are powerful, they give us direction and motivation, and studying is the path that guides us toward those dreams. Let's dive in. 1. My big dream, travel and learn. One of my biggest dreams is to travel to different countries and learn about the world. I want to visit places like England, the United States, and Australia. Maybe I will see famous monuments like the Big Ben or the Sydney Opera House. To do this, I need to speak good English. That's why I work hard in my English class. I also practice speaking with friends or watching English videos. When I travel, I hope I can talk confidently with people and understand their stories. Traveling will help me learn cultures, meet new friends, and see how people live. I think it will make me more open-minded and aware of the world. 2. My academic goals, university and future career. Another dream is to go to university and study a subject I love. I am interested in environmental science because I care about nature and want to help protect the planet. At university, I will learn about climate, recycling, and sustainable development. I want to work on real projects like cleaning rivers or planting trees around cities. But to study this well, I need strong skills in math, science, and English. That's why I focus on improving in those classes. When I solve a math problem or understand a science concept, I feel closer to my dream. Each test and assignment makes me stronger and more prepared. 3. How study builds my skills. Studying is not only about school and textbooks, it gives me important skills that help in many ways. Time management, I learn to plan my day, study, and have rest time. Critical thinking, I learn to ask questions and find solutions. Communication, I learn to speak and write clearly, especially in English. Teamwork, I study in groups and learn to work with others. These skills are not only useful in school, they will help me in university, work, and even life in a new country. 4. Small steps toward my dream. Reaching a dream is like climbing a mountain. It takes small steps every day, not one big jump. Every time I finish my homework, I take one step. Every time I understand a new word or get a better grade, I take another step. Even if it takes time, I know I am moving forward. For example, I set small goals. Learn 10 new English words each week. Ask a question in class once a day. Improve my science grade by 5% every month. Read one English book every 2 months. These goals help me stay focused and motivated, and every time I reach one, I feel proud and ready for the next step. 5. Support from my family and school. I am not alone on this journey. My parents believe in me. When I told them about my dreams, they said, "We will support you." My father said, "Education opens doors." My mother said, "Believe in yourself and work hard." My teachers also support me. Mrs. Kim, my English teacher, encourages me to speak. Mr. Lee, my math teacher, says, "You can do it." William, they help me when I struggle. My friends study with me and cheer for me. We encourage each other and celebrate when we succeed. 6. The power of persistence. Persistence means never giving up. Even when things are hard, I know there will be challenging exams, tough assignments, and moments of doubt. But I say to myself, you can do it one more day. Keep going. Each time I try again, I grow stronger. And that's the real power of persistence. 7. Visualizing success. Sometimes before going to sleep, I imagine my future. I see myself walking around a foreign university campus. I see myself studying with friends from other countries. I see myself helping the environment through projects. I see myself talking imperfect English during meetings. Imagining my future gives me courage and makes today's work feel meaningful. Practice time. Now it's your turn to think about your dreams. Ask yourself, what is your big dream? Why is it important to you? How does studying help you? What small goal can you set today? Write or speak 5-7 sentences about your dreams and your plan. It could be about travel, a job, a skill, anything you care about. Thank you so much for watching the full episode of Talk About Your Study with me, William. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my school, favorite subjects, daily life, study techniques, challenges, and dreams. Now, let's bring all these parts together and discover the big lesson behind it all. First, we explored my school, Green Valley High School. You learned about the building, classes, uniforms, and clubs. Next, I shared my favorite subjects like English and science and explained why they inspire me. Then, I walked you through a typical day from morning breakfast to bedtime reading. We discussed study tools like flashcards, studying with friends, writing summaries, and planning study time. We also talked about the challenges I faced, like difficult subjects, fear of failure, and pressure, but how I overcame them with help from friends, teachers, and family. Finally, I revealed my dreams, traveling, university, and helping the environment, and showed how studying is my path forward. The key lesson: small actions create big results. So, what is the main lesson of this story? A little progress every day leads to big achievements. You don't need magic or talent, you only need consistency, hard work, and small daily steps. Studying for 15 minutes every day helps more than 5 hours only once a week. Solving just one math problem, reviewing one English word, or sharing one idea in class, these small actions matter. Over time, they build your skills, confidence, and knowledge. Studying is not just about passing tests. It helps you learn how to think, how to organize, and how to communicate. These skills are valuable in life to succeed in university, career, travel, and personal growth. Studying helps you find your purpose and shape your future. I want you to remember that you are not alone. Just like me, you can ask for help from friends, family, teachers, classmates, join a study group, use learning apps, talk with someone in English. Even a small conversation helps. Support and connection make learning easier and more fun. When I struggled, my parents supported me. My teachers encouraged me. My friends studied with me. You can build your own team too. Keep going, one step at a time. As you continue your learning journey, set small goals. Learn 5 new words weekly. Speak in English once a day. Study a hard subject for just 20 minutes daily. Read a short story every evening. Try to ask one question in class this week. These small goals add up and help you grow, just like seeds grow into trees with care and time. I. Keep learning English. Keep